In this video, the topic will be ADHD and sleep. More specifically, I'll talk about sleep issues commonly associated with ADHD, a common tip for how to deal with it, and I'll also talk about an advanced tip for dealing with it that you may not have heard before. And I'm not out here to regurgitate information that you've heard in other places, so definitely stay tuned. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Crimson Flower and I'm a main author of Polyphasic.net, the community recommended resource for polyphasic sleepers. So it's widely acknowledged that experts are working hard to explore the ties between ADHD and sleep. But until then that's finished, people living with the condition can benefit from useful tips and information that they can use to reduce both long and short-term effects of sleep loss due to ADHD symptoms. The difficult thing here is that stimulant medication taken to reduce ADHD symptoms as well as the symptoms themselves can interrupt sleep. This is a challenging situation to say the least because when sleep is disrupted, ADHD symptoms can be seen as amplified, turning into a bad loop of just causing the person suffering from ADHD to suffer even more, you can't sleep, so you take medication which leads to you not being able to sleep, which just aggravates the symptoms more. A bad situation to be in overall. There are several sleep disorders that are associated with ADHD, and we'll explore the relation between them here. Common sleep disorders that are associated with ADHD include insomnia and delayed sleep phase disorder. Let's start with insomnia. Insomnia can affect a lot of people, and it can be caused by things like not having the right mattress, pillow or room environment. However, when ADHD is thrown into the mix as well, the problem that individuals with ADHD experience becomes that sudden bursts of energy are received by them as soon as they lay down in bed, or that they are simply unable to shut down their minds when they're supposed to go to sleep. What this results in is them being unable to fall asleep, and they just lay in bed, toss and turn for hours on end in some bad cases. Furthermore, restlessness and being a notably light sleeper also plays a considerable role in sleep problems, which are both common traits of people suffering from ADHD. Breaking up sleep in this type of way causes unwanted drowsiness, mood swings and low motivation during the daytime, making even day-to-day life more difficult. Like this, the symptoms are exacerbated by the ADHD, thus making it more difficult to manage the ADHD. The second sleep-related issue commonly associated with people suffering from ADHD is delayed sleep phase disorder. Whilst not being directly related to insomnia, it potentially poses an additional hurdle. Delayed sleep phase disorder, or DSPD, is a problem with the body's circadian rhythm that essentially throws your body clock out of sync with regular sleep time patterns. The issue leads to people falling asleep later and subsequently waking up later too. Like this, consequently, DSPD usually results in daytime sleepiness. This is obviously something you don't want to have to deal with when you have a busy work life, social life, family, and of course when sleep is such a fundamental element in sedating ADHD symptoms. Okay, so now you know which sleep issues that are commonly associated with ADHD, but how do normal people deal with it? Well, the most common tip for adults who deal with ADHD in order to get better sleep is developing a regular bedtime and wake-up routine. In other words, you should develop a regular routine that you follow each night, where you brush your teeth, comb your hair, talk positive affections to yourself, stretch a bit, spin around yourself 3 times before going to bed or something, You get the idea. And something similar in the morning that you also follow each day. This is known to be amazing in supporting healthy sleep and overall well-being. It can also improve your sleep by you can also improve your sleep by using some sort of relaxation technique like a breathing meditation or PMR before going to bed. 15 minutes per day makes a huge difference by time and helps you become ready for the next day. Of course, routines are difficult to keep up because life goes on and has so many plans for you. Writing down your routine at a place where you keep your most important things may be helpful. Also, a planner can be your new life companion for organization. Why do all this work? Because routines are just worth it for people suffering from ADHD. Great. But everybody and their grandma has heard about this common tip for dealing with ADHD, and I'm here to present a more advanced trick that people can use in order to deal with ADHD related sleep issues that you may not have heard about. Today I'll present biphasic sleeping as a way for people suffering from ADHD to treat the symptoms. You may refer to my previous video on biphasic sleep for more detail, but in a nutshell, biphasic sleep is a sleep pattern that involves sleeping in 2 sessions during a 24-hour period. These 2 sessions might both be scheduled at night, or there might be a longer session during the night, also known as a core sleep, and one shorter sleep during the afternoon as a nap. Basically just sleeping 2 times a day, either making use of the daytime dip in alertness and the nighttime when people are mostly tired, or utilizing the optimal sleep peaks that occur during the early night and late morning. So how can someone with ADHD benefit from biphasic sleep? Well, it's documented in the literature that ADHD adults to an extent have decreased cognitive function. Thus, a biphasic sleep schedule may boost this cognitive function. Sleeping for 2 sessions in a 24-hour period may improve cognitive function as has been shown by, for example, Rash et al. In the research article about sleep's role in memory. That may be partly because it reduces feelings of tiredness and enhances the capacity for focus and concentration. Regardless, it can also improve your productivity. According to the National Sleep Foundation, a nap of up to 30 minutes can help restore alertness, enhance performance, and reduce mistakes and accidents. That's largely because of the enhanced cognitive function described previously, as well as an increase in alertness. Together, these 2 factors make it possible to get more done. What's more, that this increase in productivity isn't accompanied by a greater sense of tiredness or burnout, so it's like the best of all possible worlds, you know. Napping or sleeping in a biphasic pattern can also reduce stress. The nighttime wakefulness session practiced during the biphasic sleep patterns of yore was considered to be highly relaxing and an important way for people to manage their stress. It's possible modern biphasic sleepers might enjoy the same benefits. For siesta sleepers, it yields all the benefits of power napping. Research suggests that power naps can provide a wide range of benefits. These include boosting the capacity for learning, creative problem solving, logical reasoning, memory formation and recall, and greater cognitive performance overall. Power naps may also increase mental alertness, reduce fatigue, decrease the risk of making errors on the job, improve your mood and reduce stress, and even more. I've made a whole video on the benefits of napping, if you want to hear more about that, which you can check out in the description below after this video. Regardless, being on a biphasic schedule also enables a flexible schedule. See, splitting your daily allotment of sleep into 2 sessions can create more flexibility for juggling work, family, and responsibilities. If you're on a segmented schedule, you can place the bulk of your productive tasks in the night gap between the cores, where you will be able to work uninterrupted. As long as you are able to consistently sleep during the day, Everyman 1 and siesta are great ways to find more time to be awake. It can also help people with insomnia. See, Starting a biphasic schedule has anecdotally been a great way to reduce the time it takes for people to fall asleep, the number of times you can wake up in the night, and so on. Developing the routine of a dark period can also help you with falling asleep easier because of your body having an increased amount of melatonin. And if you're interested in learning more about this dark period, well, we have a whole course on it that you should check out. It's also linked in the description. Regardless, several people in the community have reported that adapting to a polyphasic sleep schedule, which biphasic schedules are a subcategory of, has decreased their sleep onset latency from several hours to only a few minutes. If you're interested in hearing more about that, check out the video we've made on using polyphasic sleeping to cope with insomnia. The link to that video will also be in the description. And finally, switching to a biphasic schedule may also actually help people with DSPD. This is a very novel finding in the community and hasn't to my knowledge been confirmed by peer-reviewed science. But essentially, when you are on Everyman 1 or siesta, you have the potential to alter the duration of your photo period and dark period, as well as the timing of them. By starting your dark period earlier and ending it earlier, your body will think that it's in a different time zone. And while you will continue to biologically suffer from DSPD, your local world will not actually notice it. Be sure to start the dark period roughly 3 to 4 hours before your core sleep to notice these effects. Although some people have noticed benefits from simply decreasing the length of the dark period to about 6 hours instead, so you can also try that if it sounds easier to you. Still, it's very interesting, and in the future we're going to release a video describing how to sleep polyphasically with a late core, which sort of relates to this topic. If you're interested in learning more about that, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss when we upload that video. So in summary, many people with ADHD also suffer from insomnia or delayed sleep phase disorder. The common way to treat this is by having strict routines in your life, but the secret hack to beating it is switching to a biphasic sleep schedule. If you'd like to learn more about ADHD and sleep, we have a video where Sleepy Girl talks about research on it that you can check out, also linked in the description. I should warn you that it's somewhat long, and if you actually suffer from ADHD and don't currently take any medications for it, it might bore you. You might become like... Sorry. It might bore you. Let's just hop with that from... Yep. But if you're up for the job, check it out. Anyways, leave a like if you liked the video and subscribe for more cool content in the future. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Remember to nap well, people!